right, here we are on Block 6 for Operation Chimera. This one isn't too bad. It may take you a few tries, but it really isn't that difficult. I've chosen to run this in the STB, the Tier 10 Japanese medium tank. We'll talk about tank selection in just a second. So we have to spot 4 tanks, and we have to do 10 damaging shots to complete the primary, get 3 kills for the secondary. So the most important thing here is the 4 spots, and right as the match starts, you need to figure out where you're going to go to get those 4 spots. It doesn't matter how that you get them, but you have to get them early, and the reason is you have to be the first person to spot that tank in the entire match, otherwise it doesn't count. So I'm going to take some damage here, trying to get this, but I immediately get those 4 spots. And unfortunately, my teammate's pushing me out here like a good teammate should. But I got the first of the primary objectives done. The moment you see what map it is, you need to decide where you're going to go. You need to think about the speed of your tank in getting there. You need to think about your position in the starting lineup, both of which were advantageous to me. A lot of heavies came this way from our team, so I was definitely faster than them. Plus, I was the rightmost tank in the starting lineup, and so it was very easy to get to this position. So when the match starts, you definitely want to make sure that you're analyzing where you can get those 4 spots, and are you going to be able to do it in that location, given the tank that you're in, where you think the enemy's going to go, and what other tanks are going to go with you. The other thing here is you notice that I'm firing HE, and the reason that I'm firing HE is it doesn't really matter how much damage you do per shot. You don't care about things like alpha. You don't care about the fact that you're firing HE versus AP or APCR or heat. The only thing that you care about is you're doing damage. So if you do 1 damage to a tank, that counts towards those 10 shots that you need to do. And particularly early on, when you don't know what you're going to be facing, loading HE is probably the right thing to do, because while 10 shots really isn't terribly difficult, every shot does count in this process. So with HE, you're almost guaranteed to do damage on every shot, and particularly when you're facing tanks like that AX right there. If he went a little further down and all I saw was his turret, the chance that I would be able to pen him would be reduced, and so the HE really helps. Now I switch back to my stock round, which is APCR, because these are tier 8 tanks and they're mediums over here, so I'm not too worried about not penning. But if you run into a tank that you don't think you can pen, you have an awkward angle, you're driving by somebody and you need to do a snapshot, loading HE is probably the ideal situation. So just a couple minutes into the match, have the spotting completed, have the 8 of 10 shots completed for the 10 shots of damage, and already have 2 kills, so this is looking really good. Now, I don't have a great health pool, and you can see that would have been the kill shot there for the 3rd kill, but the STB's gun is frankly terrible. But really all I need now is 1 damaging shot, and I need 1 kill to get this done. So there's the damaging shot, and now I'm just looking for a tank to snipe to kill. Low roll here, I probably couldn't have killed him, but actually I definitely couldn't have killed him. But I'm just sort of panning around to see who's a 1-shot, so I can get that kill in for the secondary. And I'm going to focus on this Ripper here, because he is in 1-shot range. There's almost no way to low roll enough for me not to kill him if I hit him. So I'm just going to focus on him. I could potentially high roll and kill that Conway that's off to my right. But it's a much riskier shot than the shot on the Ripper pattern. So I'm just waiting for him to pop out. Yeah, see, he's over 400. I would have to high roll to be guaranteed that shot. So I'm just going to switch back to the pattern, let my gun aim in because it's terrible, and get the kill. So you can see that this is pretty easy to do. It doesn't really matter which tank that you're running, although I think this is faster in a mobile medium tank that's fast firing. so that you can, one, get the spotting early, two, you have a good rate of fire to throw shells out. If you don't have a mobile medium tank, do this in a light tank. You're just kind of going to have to be very careful. Once you get that spotting, you're probably going to have to come back off the front line and turn yourself into a sniper. But the spotting is the most important thing. You have to get that done first, because later in the game, there's just not going to be any tanks for you to spot. And then you're just going to be wasting your cycles in terms of the mission. And then the other thing is bring lots of HE. Again, don't worry about the damage that you're doing or the amount of damage that you're doing. Just care about the fact that you are doing any damage at all. This is particularly important if you're running a light tank and you don't have the pen of a medium tank. Bring that HE. It'll make it much easier to get those 10 shots in. So this may only take a few attempts, particularly because you have to get those 4 spots early, but should be easy to knock out in most mediums or light tanks. Good luck, guys.